Hey, this is Bill and Chris. And we are at the Indie Expo in Indianapolis. And this is the 20th anniversary, and it's a pretty hopping place. We're getting busier, which is good. We saw Chris because he's got some light-up shit going on there, so it's cool. Chris is the vest guy. We're going to call him the vest guy.
The vest guy.
Okay. We actually met in Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
Right? And he's got some... Stuff is awesome, man. It's really cool.
Well, I appreciate that, and thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, tell us about this. When did this start? How did you get this going?
So back in probably '91, I made my first vest, and in the States, the U.S., what they're called battle vests. They're not really a big thing around here, but in Europe, Germany, Poland, Europe, they're huge battle vests. You take them to festivals, mostly death metal and thrash metal type stuff. But I started one that was mostly 80 bands, but I had some Kiss stuff on it. And then, I went to school, didn't really finish it off. Then, had to get a job. Now that we're working, I'm making money, to support what we do, I thought, hey, let's get back to making some of these things. So I finished off the one that I made in '91. And then I created another one, which is all 80s. And then I thought, I'm sitting around in Christmas a few years ago. I'm just watching TV. And, the wife, they put all the lights all over the house. And I'm looking at the mantle, and I'm seeing all these lights. And I'm thinking, you know what? How do I integrate, or can I integrate lights that on a back patch that could signify what is the big feature on a Kiss stage, the Kiss logo.
Oh, sure.
So I just started thinking. Now I'm an engineer, so of course the wheels started turning.
I have friends that are engineers. I know how that goes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop till it's done.
I'm waiting for the engineer joke. But then I just started, I gave her the idea of the one that I'm wearing, I did first, and just started thinking through it, and she's like, all right, I don't really get what you're doing, but go for it. So this one took a while in terms of collecting the patches. I wanted to do something where it was different from my first one, no similar patches, and then I did the lights last because of all the maneuvering and bending and twisting that you're doing to sew on a patch. I didn't want to break any of the lights or anything like that eventually. So
yeah, that would suck to get that all put together and have one.
So I got it done last year in April, my first one, and then we did the Kiss cruise, and it was probably 2 weeks before we departed for the cruise. A wire broke on this first one, and so I was just rushing around last minute trying to get it. Had to tear it all apart, unglue everything, then glue it all back again. And the first one has about 60 LEDs that you glue to the back of the back patch and then sew the back patch on.
Wow, cool. So how long did it take you to collect all these? I mean, you got like how many are on there? Because there's a ton on there, man.
Probably 80 or 90. Trying to find anything. There are a lot of bootlegs. There's a lot of, then again, it's integrated with the original official merch, and then just stuff that you find from, there's Battle Vest websites or Facebook pages. There's Kiss, you just trade. You just throw out hey, here's what I'm looking for, and people will respond to you. eBay's a good place to get them. Anywhere we go and travel, we'll go to a record store or a music place and just look to see if they have patches, and that's where a lot of stuff came from. This place in the casino in Hampton Beach, the music outlet in Connecticut. This place isn't in existence anymore, but it was a called place. Forever Young in Boston, Born Late Records in Fort Worth, Forever Young in Fort Worth. I mean, wherever we go, we just try to see what they have for patches.
That's cool. That's cool. So you've got one here that is your wife's, right? So is this the latest one you made?
Yeah, this is the latest one. So we just did the Gene Simmons, the Vault experience, and I wanted to have this done for that. And we were first in line for the Gene Simmons thing, and a lot of people, when I was posting and sharing these, people are like, "Oh, well, Gene's going to be after you. He's going to sue you. He's going to get his lawyers after you." But we were first. We went into the Gene Simmons experience. It stopped him in his tracks. He took Instagram photos. He took video of them, and was just amazed by him. So it was very appreciated with all the work that you put into something of someone that you kind of idolize in a band in 1/4 of the. And then we were just in there getting Ace and Eric's. Stopped them in their track, and Ace wants me to make them one.
Well,
so go figure.
There you go.
Good thing he didn't see this back patch too closely, because I kind of substituted Ace for Vinnie Vincent.
Well, that's unique and authentic, right?
Right.
That's cool, because I like the way the eyes light up differently.
That was
really cool.
That was Nancy's idea.
Yeah.
That was my wife's idea, and each eye has 3 LEDs that I glued together, and I had to figure it out to get them to all work in unison. But this black one has 2 battery packs. I make the battery packs. I sew them inside, and then as we go to these events like this and meet you guys and members that are instrumental to the formation and the longevity of the band, we get their autographs and stuff. So
how many hours is this?
So there's countless hours just getting the patches.
Right. Yeah.
And then there's this black one. Probably took me 3 weeks to actually sew together. And the thing is, it's best to get all the patches first and then lay them out like a storyboard, and then you take a photograph, and then you kind of come back and let it sit a little bit, come back and see and modify things a little, but the gluing probably took me around 8 hours, probably about 2 days on a weekend, 8 hours total, to just sit and numbingly just glue lights along the logos. Yeah,
man, that is really cool. It really is.
The KISS logo, I used like a leather punch. I measured out how many lights were in the set. These are just fairy lights that you can buy on the internet.
Yeah. And
you just glue them in, and once you get it situated, you turn it over. You gotta look to make sure it's centered. Then you tack it down. Then you hope you got it right, and you just go in sequential order and hope that. But yeah, this one, I think with the black background and the gold spikes and studs and stuff, is pretty cool.
Yeah, it definitely pops, man. So. It's really cool. That is so unique. I mean, that's the thing about this band is, you love different aspects of the band for different reasons or whatever, but it comes back to that. It's one of those bands, at least for me personally, it's a moment in time that really got you turned on to them, and you just can't let it go.
Yep.
It's that first time I saw them on TV. It was like, holy crap, what is going on? And then the first album, actually I saw, the first thing happened for me was a buddy had brought it in when I was in grade school.
Okay.
And when it rains in grade school, stayed in recess, you could play albums. And the teacher let you play albums. So he brought this Destroyer album in, and he played it at noon, and at 4 o'clock I went home and I'm like, Mom, I got to go to the record store.
Back in the day, that's what we did.
That's exactly what we did. I got to find something right now because this is awesome, and that's the unique love of of KISS and all that stuff. So when did your journey with KISS start?
It wasn't probably until the late '70s. So I was born in '70, and a friend of mine, my cousin across the street, was into KISS in the Dynasty and the Love Gun era. I wasn't really into it at that point, just so into playing hockey or other types of things and sports. And then, I don't know, then The Elder came out. I don't know what it is, but that album just struck a tone with me. And like you were saying, I didn't have money, but I went to the record store every week, and that album was still sitting there. And I'm like, as soon as I had the money, I went, no, gone. And then that's kind of where it started. And then, of course, when Creatures comes out, it's an amazing album, and it goes from there. My favorite has got to be Asylum. Even with Bruce and all them in there, Gene's gets a little off track a little bit, but Trial by Fire, we had some lyrics that Gene autographed on our vault for us from that song, and it's awesome.
Was that in your secret compartment?
No.
What was in your secret compartment?
So our secret compartment was 2 of the 4 things that were in there I already had, but it's just the experience.
Oh yeah.
So he didn't open it with us at that phase. They've changed things up a little bit.
Yeah.
We took it to a friend's house. I had Nancy open it up, and it's just like the excitement of what is it that's going to be in it? Is it going to be a piece of the outfit? You're just like, it's the best high you can have. So we got a tour book from, I think, 96, 97.
Oh, cool.
Already had that, but that's okay. Then it was a sealed VHS copy of, I think, KISS Exposed. Already had it, but it's a great piece. And then a KISS Symphony phone cover, and then a laminate backstage pass.
Cool.
We're happy with it.
Yeah. Dennis, who's also on the show, he got one too. He did one in Nashville.
Okay.
And he got, I can't remember what he got in there. He got a backstage pass, a couple other things, but it's pretty cool.
He had Vinny there too.
Yeah, yeah, he had Vinny there too.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was kind of a little bizarre moment there, I think, with Vinny and Gene, and
it was bizarre, but it's the first time in a long time.
Yeah, it is the first time, and we were at we went to Atlanta. When we were in Atlanta, the whole thing with Vinny being there was surreal. It's like you never thought that was ever going to happen. I mean, somebody could have said, "I'll bet you $50 this is going to happen." I said, "No way in hell." I just never thought it was going to happen, and it's cool, and it's good to see Vinny getting out there.
Yep.
It'd be good to see him. We're going to see him again, and we'll be at the Nashville. We'll be in Nashville at the Rock and Pod Expo.
Okay.
That'll be on August 25th. We'll be there for that too. So, and Vinny's going to be the special guest for that event, which will be cool because that's his home too, which will be nice. And it'll be interesting to have him on there.
It'll be at the Gathering, I believe. So
it'll be at the Gathering too.
To be plugging in, so that'll be a good show. We're gonna do the cruise again. We did the cruise first time last year. First cruise we've ever done. I've never wanted to do one. Have no interest in playing hopscotch or backgammon or shuffleboard with old people. And but this one, it was our 20th anniversary, and I just said to her, "Hey, let's consider doing the cruise." I sent her a text with the cruise logo, and she responded LOL. So she LOL'd me, and then we're getting ready one morning. I said, "You LOL'd me." She's like, "Well, you don't want to do a cruise. Let's do it." 20th anniversary, we did it. It was a lot of fun. So never knew what to expect. 2,200 Kiss fans. It's a crazy place to be.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
rabid Kiss fans.
Rabid Kiss fans. I mean, I don't have a huge Kiss collection, but I don't think there's too many people that have the extensive amount of patches.
Yeah.
A lot of people take the patches, they put them into binders, and they keep them tucked away. I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of rare patches that I've been able to find, but I'm going to show them off. I'm going to sew them, I'm going to use them and show them off. And what is so cool is just folks, even when I show these on the internet to some of the Facebook pages or whatever, a lot of people, believe it or not, don't like Kiss, and they make it known, but they appreciate the attention, the detail, and the creativity that goes into this. So these two battle vests with the lights that's integrated, there's nothing in the world like it at this particular moment. A lot of people are thinking they're going to do it. It's like, all right, good luck. I mean, I hope you have the time and the knowledge to try to pull something like this off.
Yeah, and it's time. It's time. And just finding them, it's crazy. But there's not a Van Halen vest. I don't think. I can't imagine there being, a Guns. I've seen some Guns N' Roses vest, but it's like just. The back panel of Appetite for Destruction's on the back panel, and that's really about it. I mean, there's not a lot of other stuff.
I've seen AC/DC tributes, I've seen Iron Maiden tributes, I've seen, Slayer tributes, and folks have been asking me. I got a guy that is asking me maybe to do a Slayer one.
Yeah.
I can integrate a heck of a lot of red lights on a Slayer, and that might be a good tone,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Motley Crue. I'm thinking of another one to do without lights, so that I can kind of without autographs in it, and so I can kind of use it a little bit more. Because when we were flying out here, just these wires are so thin. I was just so nervous about popping a wire or busting a wire before we even get here. So
yeah. The inside of yours is autographed, right?
Yes, sir.
Is it autographed by everybody?
Except for Peter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm missing. Peter's a tough guy to get.
Yeah, you got to find him, right? He's elusive.
I'm not gonna. I guess his next appearance is in Canada. Yeah, I'm not gonna venture that far. For that.
Where are you from?
We're from Massachusetts originally, and moved to Dallas around 24 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a drive for you from Dallas to Canada.
Yeah. Although we would like the weather then better up in Canada, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'll be a little cooler for you. It'll be a little bit cooler.
And then the black one we're working on the autograph. So we got Gene. I already had Bob Kulick and Vinny sign the black vest before anything was done in Atlanta. And then now that I got it done, and Bob already seen it, and he was obviously equally impressed. And
cool.
So yeah,
that's awesome, man. That's something that you'll be able to pass on at some point. And,
I don't know if my nieces and nephews care about it. Half the crap I got is probably all going in the trash. I don't know if they appreciate this stuff.
You never know. It's kind of interesting. So I have a 17-year-old.
Okay.
That you would think is not. He would think that it's just cool as hell. And it's funny. I have 3 kids, and my daughter's not in. They've all been to see Kiss. Some of them multiple times. But it's really. Some of them are into it. Some of them aren't. But my 17-year-old is like, he's coming later today, so he didn't want to kind of sit through most of the stuff. He's coming to see Eric. Eric is his favorite. It's kind of interesting with Kiss, right? So he's 17 years old.
Yep.
So Peter to him is not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But the first time he met Eric, he was like all over it.
That's awesome.
You know, so it's just really about that time. You know, when you come into the band, right?
Yep,
which is really cool, and that's the longevity. And you know, I know that we all know that we've seen the video, the end of the road.
Yep.
Stuff, and we know it's going to happen because it has to happen, right, at some point. But it's just cool that we've been able to have this many years of stuff that shouldn't have lasted that long. She's trying to get your attention.
And who else? And who else has events like this? You know.
Yeah.
That's dedicated just to their own band. So.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
So you want anybody stealing your stuff?
Yeah. No, but we appreciate. Thanks for calling me over and
man, it's
talking about it.
Yep.
Especially, if like when we're together and I didn't have the two light ones, or when we're wearing one and without the lights, it's people acknowledge it, but it's the lights that gets
it definitely gets the attention. It's kind of interesting because the first light jacket like that I ever saw was Chris Jericho. I don't know if you watched WWE.
Yeah.
So he has that LED jacket, right? And I remember on his he has a podcast as well. And when I started to listen to it, he talked about the first time. So he had the person that developed that jacket for him, and he said the first time he wore it, and it was at I think it was at a WrestleMania, and they turned the lights off, and half the jacket lit up.
Oh, that's
They'd been testing it like for days, no problems at all. They shut the lights off and in the arena, and half the jacket lit up. And he was pissed. He said he was just so mad standing there.
Only half of it, yeah.
Yeah, only half of it. And so it was, but it's all right. So man, it's been great. Thanks, Chris.
So much.
I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you sitting down with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and be sure and come and stop by, hang out.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
And we'll catch up. We'll keep watching and listening to your podcast. And,
Ages of Rock podcast.
Yes, sir. That's right.
All right.
And again, thanks again.
You got to go.
All right.
You got to go.
It's autograph time.
All right, man.
All right, take care.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.